I'm gonna start with the ball underneath my right hand, and then we're gonna reach left leg long, toes are on the floor. Find your neutral spine, flat back, little dip in lower back. As you lift that left leg, press down into the ball with the right hand, and then release the press as the left leg lowers. Okay, you find that press and lower. So you're trying to maintain a stable lower back here. I'm finding an exhale as I press down into the ball and find a lift of that left leg. Feeling really lengthened through the entire back body from the crown of the head forward, out through the toes towards the back of the room. 2 more. All right, we've got 1 more. You're gonna hold that press down, leg is out. Start to bend that right elbow in, left knee in, and then reach out. Spine is still in neutral, so no change in the spine, just the arm and leg are moving in opposition. And you can find some weight again. You can keep that press into the ball. Of course, your left supporting arm is gonna have a little bit more weight and you'll feel it supporting you there. But I want you to try to find the serratus and lat as you send the ball away from you and pull it back in again. You should feel that underneath the shoulder, underneath the armpit, down to the side of the waist. Inhale. Okay, we're gonna start to add the spine into it. Find a mini extension as you reach forward and then round up and in. Mini extension just through the upper spine and then round. If the extension does not feel good for your body, leave it out. If you feel anything in the lower back happening, just stick with the flexion, nose to navel. 2 more. Last one. Holding here, start to slide that left leg out to the side and then hug it back towards the midline. So you can be at a slight extension with the upper spine here, or you can keep it in neutral. And everything is stable, just that left leg is moving. Hug it in. Last 2. Lots of support through the back of the body here. Last one, holding it out to the side, grabbing onto the ball, reaching in a half X or half star shape. We're gonna hug right elbow towards the left knee and then take it back, draw it back out into that big X. Okay, hug it down. And then draw it out. 2 more like that. I know, lots of support on that left arm, right glute. Hug it. Holding out here now, you pulse it up for 8, 7, and 6. Give me 5. Oh my God, my dog's walking through the camera. For 3, 2, we're good. Last one, hugging that knee down, taking that ball underneath and threading it through. Maybe that left arm reaches up overhead. Feeling that nice release. Taking that left hand back in, propping back up. This time, left hand is on the ball. You're stacking the spine. Everything's nice and flat. We're gonna take the right leg long behind you. Start to press the left hand down to the ball as the right leg lifts, and then release as the right leg lowers. So you're squaring off the hips. You're finding this long reach through that right leg. And you're feeling nice and tall on that right supporting arm. Back of the neck is nice and long. Beautiful. We've got 3 more here. Press, press, press. Cinch the belt. Inhale, release. Can't have a little back body class without some glute work. Last one, we hold it here. Start to hug that left elbow in. Right knee comes in. And then we send them both out nice and long. It's like a bird dog, but you're connected through this ball on the left side. And you can find some resistance there. Inhale in, keeping neutral spine to start. Can you pull the core up away from the mat for these last 2, and then we'll start to add that extension and flexion through the spine. Last one. Beautiful. On this next reach, can you lift up through the core? Breastbone shines forward slightly, and then pull it back in, round to nose to navel. Again, extension is optional on this one. Only take it if it doesn't stress out the back, especially your lower back. Okay, you should be able to isolate upper spine from lower spine if you want to do this extension. And if it's not working for you, no worries. It takes time to find that kind of segmental stability and mobility through the spine. Big inhale, reach, lengthen. Exhale. Last two. Getting a little longer each time. Last one, holding it long. Start to reach that right leg out to the side and then slide it back in. So you're keeping it lifted in line with the hip. It slides out to the side of the body. It could be a few inches or it could be a foot. As long as you can maintain stability in the rest of your body, that's what we're aiming for, right? Training all of those deep spine stabilizers, deep core muscles to help keep you upright for 3. Woo! Pressing through that entire right hand. 2, not just the heel of the palm, all the way to the fingertips to keep those wrists protected. 1, holding wide, grabbing onto the ball, reach it into half star, and then we'll thread it under, left elbow to right knee, reach it back, squaring off. Finding a little rotation, and back. Give me 2 more. Lots of stability. And 1. There it is, holding out in this half X shape. We pulse it up and up. Feeling upper back as you lift that left arm towards the ceiling for 3, 2, 1. Walking that right leg in, taking left arm under, dropping down to the shoulder, and then maybe reaching that right arm forward in front of you. Big inhale here. When you're ready, we will exhale, taking the ball in front of you, grabbing onto those wrist weights. We're going to finish off here today in prone. So taking the legs long in parallel with the hips. And then we're going to take your arms into this goalpost position. You're going to hover the forehead off the mat slightly, but keep the back of the neck long. Tuck the tail under slightly so the core lifts up away from the floor. You should feel heavy through the fronts of your thighs. I want you to start to lift that left arm. You're going to lift it and crawl it forward and then hug it back in. Right arm, lift and crawl. So it's like you're swimming, like a breaststroke almost. I don't know, this is breaststroke actually. Front crawl. It's been a long time since I was on the swim team, okay? In like elementary school. A long time. It wasn't that serious. I quit because I didn't like having wet hair in the winter when I lived in Canada. And that's a story for another day. So we're keeping the core lifted away from the floor. Just 1 more on each side. Keep the back of the neck long. I found myself trying to hyperextend it there. And then lower. Now both arms lift away from the floor and lower. You should feel that mid-back immediately light up, right? Beautiful. Think elbows, hands lifting in unison. Inhale, lower. Can we connect to that belt around low abdominals? Can we unclench the glutes slightly? 2 more. Okay, last one. And then lower everything down. Wiggle those hips side to side just for a little release. We're going to retuck the tail. Find the hands on the ball. You can always remove the weights if they don't work for you here. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, lift up, up, up through the core as you come into extension. And then lay it back down. Now, maybe only the upper spine extends. So maybe only the breastbone shines forward slightly, and then you lay it back down. But if you feel like you've got the core strength in you, you inhale, lift up, up, up through the core, and abdominals will also lift off the mat. Inhale like you're getting longer. Exhale, slow, controlled lower towards the floor. Do we have 3 more in us here? Inhale, shine forward, creating a little more space. Ooh, I need that. Last 2, only go so far as you can without pinching into the lower back. Shoulders are away from the ears. Unclench those glutes for me. Last one, big inhale. And then lower all the way down. We can pop those weights off. Keep the ball where it is. Hands pressed down into the mat. Sitting the bum down and back.